Uletosefes Biur, Heneh, Inyan, Chametz, v'Matza. And to give an extra explanation on the idea of the Chametz and Matzah, Dini Mavur, B'Svarim Shechazal, Mashlu Hayitzer Hara L'Seor, the Chametz. Now it's explained in the books that our sages compared the bad inclination to leavening and Chametz. U'Kamayim Razal, Perik Beis de Brachos, Kaloi v'yadu lefanecha, sheretzonenu la'asos retzonecha. That it's revealed and known in front of you that our will is to do your will. Umi me'akev se'or shebe'isa, and who is stopping us? The yeast in the dough. U'perush Rashi yetzer hara shebelevavenu hamach mitzeinu. Rashi explains that that's the evil inclination that's in our hearts that sours us. When describing someone who went off the path and went bad, here before he was chametz, or here before, and here's after he became chametz, or here before he soured and after he soured. So too, someone calls another Baba Metzia, vinegar, the son of wine, until when will you, so and so forth. So too, in the verse it says that if my heart sours, so we see a number of proofs that the heart that wants to sin, that wants to do bad, is compared to Chametz. Now the concept of Chametz is explained above, in whichever Mamar this is a Biur on, that it's a concept of coarseness and haughtiness. And in truth, it's explained in Rambam, in the laws of personality traits, that the attribute of haughtiness and the highness of heart, of coarseness and haughtiness of heart, we have to push away to the very last point. And not to go in the middle path, like in the other personality traits. That's why it says by Moshe Rabbeinu that he was very humble, not just in the middle. Like it's explained in another place that this coarseness of self is called the grandfather of impurity. We need to understand the reason for this. You can understand in accordance to what our sages said in Perek Chelik of Sanhedrin, that the coarseness of spirit, the haughtiness that was in Yeravam ben Nevat, the first king of Ephraim, that's what drove him away from the world. And at first glance, this is very wondrous. That it brings there in the Gemara on the awesome greatness of Yeravam b'Torah in his Torah study, Shneamar alav v'alachia Shiloni, that it says about him and about Achia Shiloni, who was Eliyahu Navi's Rebbe and the Baal Shem Tov's Rebbe, Vishneim levadim b'sadeh, that they were both alone in the field. That is, that in comparison to them, all the other Torah scholars were like grass in the field. And if so, how, just because of haughtiness of spirit, would he be sent away from the world as such a great Torah scholar like him? And to fall into the depths of bad, to the point where he made golden calves for people to worship instead of going to Yerushalayim. And further we find in the statement of Rabbi Pinchas ben Yair in the 10 things that he enumerates in order to merit the Ruach HaKodesh. It's in levels, one after the other. One level, one of these, each attribute higher than the other. Zvizus, Nikius, Taharo, Frishus, Chulu, expedience and cleanliness, purity and removal from matters of this world. And one leads to the other. That in the normal order of holiness, you can't go up unless you do it in an orderly fashion in general. And this opposite is the Elokim made, and since it's the opposite of the holiness, it's fitting that also in the side of the shell, that which hides the divine, even though one sin causes another, so the falling down should only be in order, in an orderly fashion. And how is it possible then that Yeravam should fall from such a tremendous level? That he was close to Ruach HaKodesh, that he should fall down into the depths of bad to such a degree, only because of his haughtiness that was in him. And this is a tumbling down that's not in the order of the natural order at all. But the main concept is the gas that this very idea of haughtiness of spirit is something that its nature is to jump the levels. And therefore, even if in accordance with his deeds he did not reach a level of falling down in such a bad way, through haughtiness of spirit, one can reach and down that far. And that is because the nature and the concept of haughtiness of spirit is lifting yourself up in proportionately. And the whole concept of lifting yourself up of the animal soul is a concept of jumping level in the soul. That's not in accordance with where you're actually holding, thinking that you're taller and higher than others, and that you actually and higher than you actually are. Like we say, on the opposite side, the haughtiness and the greatness is to the life of the world, that we give him higher than we would imagine. That's what he is. That's what we give to him, the life of the world, because he's the true existence. Mash'inkin ben Adam, which is not the case with the son of man, Shabab mitipas rucha, that comes from a fetid drop, v'holech l'makom, afarima v'tolea echis goy, and a person who goes to is going to eventually be buried in the dirt, in the place of the dirt and the worms and so forth. How could a person be haughty? And then when they're haughty, they're, so to speak, trying to wear the garment of the Creator. And so it's found then that it's a jumping that's not in the natural order. And so one attribute corresponding with the other is going to fall down not in the natural order. Just like he was compared himself to the Creator, not in the natural order. And like the verse says, before a person gets broken down, that's where they're haughty. Just like by Haman, that he was haughty, and then he fell down all the way. And therefore, also spiritually, this bad attribute is what causes the descent of the soul, besitra de klippa, in the side of the shells of klippa, shelo lefi hadraga, not in the regular order. And that's why this haughtiness is called the grandfather of impurity. And therefore we find that similarly in holiness the attribute of humility, that corresponds and is the opposite of the attribute of haughtiness, also causes this idea on the other direction. You can reach levels that are beyond the regular order. Like it says in the Gemara, that humility is greater than them all. That the humility is higher than all the other 10 levels that they count there. And that's from this reason that since a person humbles themselves to such a degree, to be very humble, that their spirit should be very lowly, without lifting themselves up, and to be despised in one's eyes and not wanted. Accordingly, a person can merit through this a high level that's not in the order of going up. Now, in accordance with this preface, we can now understand the idea of Chametz and Matzah. That the Chametz is the lifting up and the haughtiness. That this is worse than all the other bad attributes. Like we said, and then therefore it's forbidden to have even a little of it. Like the Rambam says, not to have it and not even a little bit. And matzah, which is the lowliness and humility, that's the best one of all the good attributes. Like we said, and in accordance with the writings of the Arizal, we can understand this idea. The main concept of the breaking of the vessels, which is falling down below, not in the regular order of creation. So that's also similar to this idea. The Shviras HaKelim is an afila like that. what causes this? That's the feeling of self. We can know them like this is known on the verse that it's all sag kulo sag yachtav, that the shem sag is from the concept of dregs, that a person feels themselves haughty. Similarly, the lights, so to speak, were all for themselves and not, so to speak, didn't work with the other lights. Therefore, because they didn't have this concept of working together, of iskalolus, therefore, it's compared to a haughtiness. And that's why it says, if you see some man that's wise in their own eyes, there's hope for the fool from them. Meaning to say, the ksil ha'elyon, they have a tik for the vavke, or the kavin, that they have a kav, a direct nurturance to the concepts of the ksil, the klippa, from such a person, or from such an idea. Vatikun hu sheyetze shema mimitzcha chulu. And how do you fix this? That by shining the concept of shema from the metzach, the shema hachadash, after the shvira, which is an Inyan of hiskalulus ha'oros, mahu b'chinas bitul chulu, and ma is the concept of nullification, humility, v'zeu Inyan Chametz kanal, and that's the concept of the Chametz, like we said. Olochein perush hichmitz kinyan shehichmitz, and therefore the concept of to sour is like wine that sours. So I guess in this case, the wine is also the opposite of chametz. So matzah and wine are both the concept of humility. That through when you start to sour, you get completely ruined. So to the haughtiness that's in you ruins you all the good that's in you, and you fall completely. That I guess when wine becomes a little bit vinegary, the whole thing is ruined. You can't drink it all. And how do you fix this? Through the humility of matzah.